Hi, and welcome to 1911 Woodworks. In today's video, I've got a mystery build. So, let's get into it. In today's video, I'm actually going to be building something that I've not built yet. But what I'm wanting to show you is that if you do a bit of careful planning on a piece of paper, draw out a little sketch of what it is you wanted to make, and then work out your measurements, your angles, that you can build whatever you put on paper. So to a certain extent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the video. As I'm going through the video, I'll tell you the measurements that I'm cutting my pieces of wood, and I'll do a step-by-step process. But you won't see what it is that I'm building until you get to the end of the video. But what I would like you to do, if you can please, is as the video is going on, the moment you figure out or work out what you think it is that I'm making, if you could put the exact time of the video and then just put your comment what you think it is that I'm making, and then we'll see how many people can get it before I reveal the finished product at the end. So let's get into it. To start this build off, I've got 4 offcuts of laminated pine board that are roughly between 60 to 70 centimetres in length. So what I'm going to do first is one of these boards I'm going to rip down to 12 centimetres. One board I'm going to rip down to 9 centimetres, and then the final 2 boards will be getting ripped down to 10 centimetres. So I'll do that now. Okay, I'm here at the miter saw and I've got the piece that I ripped down to 12 centimetres. So first of all, I've got the miter saw set at 0 degrees, so I'm just going to cut a straight cut at 26 centimetres long, and then it's 18mm thick board, so the next one I'm going to cut at 27.8 centimetres, just adding the 18mm onto the 26 centimetres for the second piece. So I'll do that now. Next up is the piece that I ripped down to 9 centimetres. Same again, it's going to be a straight cut, and I'm going to cut this one to 25 centimetres long. This is my first piece that I ripped down to 10 centimetres. I'm going to also do a straight cut on this one, and I'm going to cut it down to 25 centimetres like I did with the 9 centimetre board. Okay, I've got my final piece that I ripped down to 10 centimetres. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to set my miter saw at 45 degrees, and I'm going to make a cut so that the longest part of the cut from the straight edge to the longest part of the cut is going to be 27 centimetres. I'm then going to move it back into a 0-degree angle to make a straight cut again, and then I'm going to replicate the other piece so that I've got 2 pieces exactly the same height at 27 centimetres on the longest edge. Okay, so I've got this chunky piece of wood, which is 7 centimetres thick. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 7 centimetres in from the end, cut a strip off, and then cut 2 blocks so that they end up being 7 by 7 by 7. Now, as part of this build, I'm going to use some pieces from some of the Christmas tree stocking hangers that I've made. I did a video on that, which I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll put a card on at the end of the video, so you can click on that and watch that right after this one if you like. But basically, it's just the top 2 pieces of the tree and the support, which is just a smaller size to be able to hold them together. So what I'm going to do now, I've got all my pieces cut, and I'm going to do some chamfering of the edges with my router. So we'll head over there now, and then we can move on to the next step after that. Okay, these are my pieces for this build that I need to chamfer. Any guesses what it is yet? Stick them in the comment section if you know. Okay, I've put a chamfer on all edges of the bits that I'm wanting to chamfer. When I've finished the build, I'll talk you through the areas of the build that I've actually used the router on and put a chamfer. The only pieces I haven't done yet is the pieces that I ripped down to 12 centimetres, because what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put these pieces together, and then I'm going to chamfer them afterwards. So I'll do that now. So when I was putting them pieces together, I just want to show this on camera. One of the nails, even though I was aiming nail gun in straight, it's literally come out the side of wood there. Luckily, it didn't catch me or anything like that. But just always be careful when using your nail gun that your hands are always in a safe place. Yeah, I just wanted to share that. Okay, so I removed that nail that was stuck out. And then I've just basically plugged the hole where it was with none other than a toothpick, trimmed it off, I glued it in with some gluing activator, and then just give it a light sand down, and now it just looks like a little tiny knotting wood. So I'm going to leave that to set before I do any routering. I want that to be solid, and then in the meantime I'm going to sand my tool blocks. Just a quick light sand down, because then I'm going to go over to the laser engraver and engrave some numbers on. That might be a clue as to what I'm building. Okay, so whilst they're over at the laser engraver, I'm going to now make a start on sanding down all my pieces before applying a bit of stain and putting it all together. Okay, so I've got these parts all stained. Now I'm going to put a chamfer on the two pieces that I fixed together already, and then everything will be ready to put together, and you can find out what it's going to be. So that's had a nice 45-degree chamfer on all the edges, apart from the back edges. So I'm going to give it a quick light sand down, and then put some stain on this piece, and then yeah, put everything together and reveal all. Okay, that's everything stained up now, so all that's left to do is put it all together. When it's put together, I can then put the finish on, and then it'll be a completed project and you'll get to see what it finally is. Okay, so all the pieces that I've stained I've now put together, and so far I'm up to this. So it looks a nice little piece of decor as it is, but there's, well, two things missing, and that's both the blocks. So they're just finishing on the laser engraver. Whilst they're finishing, I'm going to quickly spray some of this wood silk on, and then we'll bring the blocks back over and reveal the completed product. So here it is. It's a Christmas countdown calendar. To those of you who guessed it right, congratulations. I think it looks stunning. I'm really pleased with this. It's going to look really nice in our house. I know kids are going to love it. Seeing, being able to change numbers and seeing that countdown to Christmas Day and getting all excited and that. I probably love Christmas. I love it more so. Like since I've had my own kids, just having that joy with them. I love it. But this is the first time I've built it, and what I'm going to say is that I have made, like, not major mistakes, but I encountered some little problems along the way. One of them were the roof, which was the pieces that I ripped down to 12 centimeters. I ended up having to recut them in terms of length, because when I had cut them, I cut this one to 26 centimeters and that 27.8 centimeters, and it just overhung too much. So I took 2 centimeters off each side, and it just looked better. And then the other problem I had was after I'd fitted it all together, or the framework of the house itself, in my thought process, I was going to attach the tree to the shelf first, and it would have been a lot easier putting it together, and I forgot to do that. So what I ended up having to do was use some glue and activator and wood glue and stick it on. Glue and activator was just basically holding it in position whilst the wood glue sets, but it's solid on there, it's not going anywhere. But yeah, I'm just a bit. So I was debating what colour to do roof, and I just thought, instead of going for a darker brown or a grey or like that, I thought just a red makes it pop, and it just gives it that nice little festive feel about it, like red green. The blocks themselves, I actually put some white stain on them, even though on camera they do look just like natural pine. They have got that tint of white to them. But yeah, if you haven't got a laser engraver, you could use a stencil, or if you're good with your drawing skills, just draw the numbers on. The numbers on the block, so one block's got numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other block's got 0, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8 on them. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this and you want to give it a go, I hope you enjoy it, building it as much as what I did. Basically, I told you that I was going to explain where I'd chamfered. So on the rooftop bit, I chamfered around all the edges on the front and along the bottom of the roof, and I just left the back bits. And then in terms of the side walls and both shelves, I basically just chamfered along the top edge and the bottom edge of each shelf, and then I just chamfered up each side of the front of the wall, and then I chamfered every single edge of the blocks, and then for the Christmas tree, just chamfered the bottom part, I just chamfered sides and top, and then tip just each side. It just gives it that bit of detail, a bit of depth. Just makes it look a lot better. But yeah, like I say, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Something different, like just not showing you what I'm building, but like keep you guessing. I hope you've enjoyed that part of it. And what I will do is on my next video that I release in a few days' time, I'll basically leave the cut list for this on my next video. So if you're tuning into that and you're wanting to have the cut list for this build, it'll be there for you. I'll put along bottom of the screen here my email address. I mentioned it on my last video that I did when I was building the Christmas stocking hanger, that if you've got any builds that you've done, whether it's builds of mine that you've done off back of my videos, send your pictures in and I'll put them up at the end of the video. I've had a few people send me some pictures in, so I'm going to put or a couple of people send me some pictures in, so I'm going to put their pictures up at end of this video. If there's out that you'd like to challenge me to build, send your pictures in, and I'll see if I can build it. Or if it's just something you've built in general that you think, yeah, I'm really proud of that, send it in and I'll stick your picture up on end of the video. but yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed this one. And then finally, it won't be a YouTube video unless I got this in. But I'm up to like just short of 800 subscribers now, and I'm absolutely like blown away from by that. End of the day, I'm just an ordinary guy from Barnsley who just loves woodworking, does a bit of woodworking in his garage, and I think off the back of watching Bearded Viking and there's another YouTuber I like to watch called Start Making. It kind of gave me like the inspiration to think, do you know what, I'm gonna have a go at doing it myself, like, and the feedback that I've got from that in terms of like the amount of subscribers I've got so far, blown away. The comments that I've been receiving have been absolutely amazing. So keep your comments coming and get your comments in the section below, and also keep smashing that like button. I love making these videos for you. I've got plenty of videos lined up. They're not all going to be Christmas themed, obviously. It's just because we're on that build up to Christmas. I'm just enjoying getting these Christmas videos out for you. But yeah, I've got a lot more different types of videos in pipeline that I'll be bringing to you. So yeah, until next time, this has been 1911 Woodworks, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.